Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MSC Diaries with your host Janelle. I don't know why I said my voice in such a high pitched way. Um, we are in I don't know what week of our group project. Um, Things that have happened since I last spoke. Um, Originally, so our group assignment comprises of a presentation and a report, and also we need to submit meeting minutes and an individual report. So um we originally wanted to do our presentation today. Today's the 13th of June. But we were told that we couldn't do it today because the second marker is on annual leave, which I think is nonsense, because why did you tell us that we need to do it between the 11th and the 25th if we've now picked a date and we can't do that date because you're on annual leave? Make it make sense. And so what we were going to do is we were going to push our presentation to Monday. Problem is the second marker gets back from annual leave on Sunday. So there's no guarantee that they're going to see our emails requesting for our presentation to be on Monday. To be honest, we don't even have a presentation. No one's done anything. That's not true. Somebody's done something, but what they've done, throw it in the bin. Yeah, so we've had to push that back. And then somebody in our group had a bereavement. So we've asked for an extension on our report, and she's traveling for a funeral. So we've asked for an extension on our report, which means that we're going... Basically, how we were looking at it, and this is what our supervisor had advised us, was that we should do the presentation, get the feedback, because we'll be getting feedback, and then use that feedback to improve our report and then submit it. Now, because the second marker situation, everything's been pushed back, and the report deadline, the report deadline's next Friday, and our presentation deadline, the time that we have to do the presentation by and submit it, is the 25th. So because somebody's had a bereavement, we've pushed the report back. So we are now going to we're going to do our presentation not next Friday, but the following Monday. And then do presentation following Monday, submit by Wednesday, and then we're giving ourselves leeway until the following Friday to submit. Originally we have 2 weeks, which takes us to Friday the 4th of July. But Thursday the 3rd of July is my birthday. And I do not believe in doing university work on my birthday. I don't believe in working full stop on my birthday. That's unheard of. Impossible. Not my portion. Absolutely not. I'm a soft girl. I think in my working life, I've only worked once on my birthday. Yeah, because with university, like school I don't count school. With college, we had our exams, and then I think we had exams, and then I think we started, I don't know if we started A2 until we broke up for summer. I don't think we did. I don't remember. And then university, we finish uni in May. April, to be honest. And then in May, you have exams. And you finish uni in June. And that's when you move out of your accommodation if you live on campus. So, yeah, I've only ever worked on my birthday in one job. And that's only because I think I'd started quite soon. And even that, like, even thinking about it, that day was really stressful because I left my work to go to a former colleague's leaving party. So I was there briefly. I got to say bye to him because he was leaving the company. And then I went to my birthday dinner. And then, oh my gosh, it rained. I remember it was really, really sunny. And then, like, I think I got like the last bus home or something. I got off the bus. And I think I took 2-3 steps. And then the skies opened up and it was torrential rainfall on my head. And I had to run all the way home in flip-flops. They weren't flip-flops. It was like these really, like, I was going to say, summer in England, everybody wears them really thin sandals. I was wearing that. Oh, horrid. So yeah, I don't believe in working on my birthday. So I'm urging everybody, listen, wrap it up. We're currently having a dispute because somebody has decided to do their own thing and they're ignoring the whole premise of the assignment, which is we are working as a group. So that is really frustrating, and it's frustrating because I looked at her work and I was just like, this looks different to what everybody else is doing. So I asked her about it and she was just like, well, she's doing her code and that's what she's sticking to. And I was just like, well, I mean, if you wanted to do that for the individual project, you could. For your individual dissertation, you could. But you keep moving the goalposts. And like your continuous moving of the goalposts is affecting everybody else. You can't just do whatever the hell you want and then expect us to go along with it. So that has really irritated me. And I've been irritated for some time. I think the whole aspect of a group assignment has worn me to my last nerve. And I think even more so because this is now the third group assignment. And each one has been... Actually, the last one wasn't this bad. But the first one, trash. This one, throw it in the bin. So yeah, I'm frustrated because I feel like a broken record that I continue to have to repeat the same thing. And it's like, I don't know how many times I can tell you the same thing. It very much feels like if Johnny had 3 apples. So that's very frustrating, in my opinion. Also, like, I don't like people that don't listen. Like, I feel like this is very passionate of me right now, but I don't like people that don't listen. It irritates me because I feel like I was having this conversation with someone because I was saying, like, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And once you get over your fear of cringe, there is nothing wrong with saying, oh, I don't get that, or I don't understand. Can you explain that for me, please? But the thing that I found on this master's program is people don't ask questions. Or people don't ask the people that they should be asking questions. And then they will ask me questions because I'm the course representative. Which is irritating because all the information I know because I've read the course material that's been provided. And anything I don't understand, I ask the question. So for me, it's like, okay, I've asked the question. But if you out here not asking questions, if you out here not asking questions, how do you expect to understand? And I think what's frustrating about that is this is a master's program. This isn't undergrad. Like, you should have some more wherewithal about you, like some kind of understanding to be like, oh, I need to ask this question, or I need to ask somebody, or I just need to double check, because like I don't have the answers. Like, I really do not have the answers. So I feel like most of my time is spent asking questions on other people's behalf, and I'm like, my time could be better spent doing other things. Am I going to do those other things? Probably not, but it's my prerogative. I can choose to do what I want to do and choose to do what I don't want to do. And answering you lot's questions ain't one of them, So this whole master's experience has been testing my patience, as has dealing with my general practitioner. I've left my old GP practice. I'm with a new GP practice. And things seem to be going well. So, you know, we thank God for small mercies. And like being frustrated at work, or not being frustrated, being annoyed at work because people just aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I think that's what frustrates me. And I think one of the things that I very much am, and I realized this like in my early 20s, that I very much am not a person, like I don't like people that talk for the sake of talking. Like I feel like if you're gonna say I'm gonna do something, you have to do it. Like don't tell me about it. Like go and do it, kind of thing. Because I feel like if you're not a person of your word, then like the one thing you have is your name and your word. If you don't have your name and you don't have your word, what do you have? Nothing. Um, and I think that's something that I find extremely frustrating and something that very much grates on my nerves because, like, if you say you're going to do something, do it. But then also, like, don't go and do stuff behind other people's back when you're supposed to be working as a group because that lets me know that you can't be trusted. Because why are you acting sneaky and suspicious? What's that about? Yeah, not a fan. But in all of this, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my individual project, which is my dissertation. Because the change in our research question made me have to change my research topic. I'm not over that. I'm not over that. I'm gonna continue to be upset about it and complain about the fact that the research question was changed and all the work that I had done since January became obsolete. I'm gonna continue to complain about it because like you shagged me basically, and like there was no remorse, no like you didn't. Anyway, so I think I figured out what I'm going to do based on where I currently am with things and kind of my requirements. I need to flesh it out, but I have a rough idea of what I'm going to do. It's going to be interesting actually executing it because I know that's where I'm going to be stuck. Like the thing with coding is how my brain works is like I can see the end product. This is what I want the end product to be. And the steps to getting there, coding wise, is something that I'm struggling with. Because like everyone talks about what's that word? Not fake code, but fake code. And in all honesty, sorry, I hope I don't mash up this whole something. Yeah, in all honesty, using the fake code, it's not pseudocode. That's what it is, pseudocode, which is basically like instead of coding it, using regular words to say what you want to achieve. But how my brain works, I don't understand pseudocode. It's like a completely different language to me that I can't comprehend. Which is frustrating because a lot of like the coding textbooks are like they encourage the use of pseudocode, and my brain is like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Absolutely not. Which is interesting because like previously, we had a lecturer, not on this course, on another course. The yawning has come back. Not on this course, on another course, who very much was like, he'd be like, he was so funny. He'd be like, nothing is illegal. As long as your code works, I don't care. And then I think that very much challenged everybody to, everyone coded in a way that they understood. So like, for example, in like the group that we were in, like not as in like group work, but the group of friends that I made on the course, how we interpreted code was different person to person. And like there were like similarities between like I think like two people would have similarities to how they understood it. But how I understood it, I might as well have been speaking Mandarin for all intents and purposes because what they were doing and what I was doing was two different things. We got the results that we needed, but the code to get there was just completely different. And I know like how I write code is a lot longer than other people. Especially, I think it's got to do with sorry, itchy eye. I think it's got to do with how my brain, because I've got dyscalculia, I think it's got to do with how my brain interprets maths. So, like, I'm like, oh, can I give you an example? I'm gonna give you an example. So, like, people would interpret maths equations completely different, right? But how my brain incorporates maths is what we add in together. Um, 35 and 27. So I'm not using my brain to work this out. I'm going to use a calculator, which says this is 62. So 35 plus 27 is 62, right? Now I'm going to write how my brain will work it out. So I will add 30 and 20, which equals 50. I will add 7, which equals 57. Then I will add 5. And how I will add the 5 is I will add the 3 out of 5, yeah, which gives us 60. And then I'll add the 2, which will give us 62. Like this. That's how my brain does maths. And programming, to me, is maths. So yeah, how my brain interprets information is completely different to other people, especially because of my dyscalculia. My dyslexia isn't that bad. It's just that I get really, my eyes go cross-eyed. Not cross-eyed, but my vision begins to blur after a while, like the words start to merge into each other. So yeah, that's frustrating. But all of this to say, because I thought the presentation was going to be on Monday, what I had done was I was going to treat myself. So I got a ticket for Cowboy Carter as like a, oh my gosh, well done. You've wrapped up like one part of this course. Congratulations. But now that's not happening. So I'm still going to Cowboy Carter. Amazing album. Now that now that the hype has died down, I can enjoy it. I think it's also like a part of being somewhere on a spectrum is that I enjoy listening to new music while I'm driving. But as I sold my car, I'm not driving. So in order for me to listen to new music, I need some time for the hype to wear off of it so I can actually take it in and really enjoy it. So I think I think Cowboy Carter only really started resonating with me in like the last 2 months. Yeah, it only started resonating with me the last 2 months. I remember when it came out and like reading kind of the background behind certain songs and stuff and being like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Like Blackbirds. I think Blackbirds was my favorite song. At the time when it initially came out, and then I didn't really listen to it. I think I listened to it once, I didn't listen to it again, and then she did her Thanksgiving performance. Loved it, and I was just like, oh, I think I might want to go to the Cowboy Carter tour. And then I started thinking about of all like the things that I could wear to the tour. So I was just like, I really wanted to wear chaps and tassels and the cowboy hat. I do not have chaps, I do not have tassels, and I do not own a cowboy hat. And then I think, yeah, so in like the last 2 months, I started listening to it. And Act 2 is similar to Act 1 in the sense that you can listen to the album on repeat. And the songs, even though the songs are in the same order, the songs will sound different every time you play it. So when I played Renaissance for the first time, I was driving to my brother's house in the Netherlands by myself. And it was the first time that I had done that drive by myself. If anyone from the US watches it, you're just like, oh, that's light work. It was about 5 hour drive, maybe more. Yeah, it was about 5 hour drive, maybe more. A little bit more. And for that whole drive, I was listening to Renaissance on repeat, and I just realised something, and I was like, oh, I can't do that because I already bought my Eurostar tickets. I was like, oh, I might just rent a car and drive to my brother's this summer, but I'm supposed to be going to Amsterdam as well, and trying to find no, it's not worth it. Not that it's not worth it, it's a little too stressful, so I'm gonna Eurostar it. But I was just like, yeah, I listened to the album on repeat, and for however many hours, every song sounded new. Even though I'd like already heard it, every song sounded new, and every song sounded different every time I heard it. Yeah, Renaissance, amazing album. And then like that whole weekend, because I think, yeah, I drove to my brother's. I did a Thursday to a Monday. Every song sounded completely different every time I heard it, and it was just an amazing experience. And now I'm starting to get that with Cowboy Carter. The more I listen to it, the different it sounds. So I'm very like interested to see what Act 3 is going to be. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is my longest video yet. I'm off to my sister's. It's a bit late in the day. I was going to get the train and go to Brighton to buy some rock. Rock is not drugs, because you lot might think I'm talking about crack rock. That's not what I'm talking about. Rock is like a cylinder shaped boiled sugar sweet that's sold in the UK at like touristy sites. It's usually in like a mint flavor. Think of it like candy canes. It's like a candy cane but longer and thicker. And I was just like, ooh, a fruit flavored by fruit. There's like a rainbow color. When I say fruit flavor, I mean like the rainbow colored one. And I was like, oh, I could do with like a rainbow colored and a strawberry rock. So I was thinking, oh, should I go to Brighton? But then I was just like, no, I'm not gonna go to Brighton. I might go for my birthday. Let's see what the weather's saying. Anyway, oh, happy FESTA, Borough, my army lovelies. JK's Hope on the Stage final day 1. Chef's kiss. Did I burst into tears? Yes, I did. Amazing. No notes. No, I did see, yeah, that one of the backup dancers made, I don't want to say he made a mistake, but his arms were in the wrong placement during Mona Lisa. And I was just like, hope he's going to watch that back. And he's going to be like, come see me after. Yeah, anyway, I'm off to my sister's. This has been fun. I need to find my sunglasses and a jacket to wear home this evening. Otherwise, I'm going to end up robbing my nephew again. Ooh! There's a decathlon. I'm going to get little weights. And I need to get a waterproof jacket. Okay, guys, gotta go. This was fun. See you next week. Bye.